Because I remember, like, we spoke about it off camera before so many times with friends and family and stuff. But like that first video when it was on like 10K, like we completely lost our shit. Like you called me, like I think
Yeah,
you were
we're
driving
buzzing.
home, and I think one of us were driving, and the other one was at home, and you were like, "Have you seen the video?" And I was like, "Nah, I've not even looked, mate. Like, whatever." And it was like 10K, I was like, "Fuck off." We looked, and it was like 10, 12, 13K, and I was like, "This is mad." And then I woke up, and Jess was like, "You're on 100K," and I was like, "Well, no, you're chatting shit." Looked at it, it was like 120. And then by the end of that morning, it was like 1.5 million, and my head nearly fell off my shoulders.
Yeah, it was buzzing. It just went off. Like my phone was just like lighting up. I just didn't know what to do with it. I was just constantly getting notifications. I
There's
was like, I don't
so
know what
many,
to do
weren't
with
there?
this. Yeah.
I was getting like 6,000 views on my page. Like people not following me, people were clicking like that many people. Like just it's mental to think like obviously now that video's on what 5 million. So like that's like
I'm gonna just check in now, but yes.
and obviously Wembley's 90K.
Welcome to They're Not Like Us, the podcast where bold ideas and inspiring stories come to life. I'm your host Aaron, here to challenge the norms and ignite your potential. If you're ready to level up, don't forget to subscribe and join the movement. Now, let's dive in.
Welcome back to They're Not Like Us. I'm your host Aaron, and today I am joined by Alex Williams again.
Yo, how we doing?
I say again, but you know, fast and loose.
Yeah, we're frequently infrequent. You know what I mean? That's the best thing to be.
Frequently super infrequent. Yeah, but he's here now. You know, it's only taking him a solid hour to prep and like get things ready. But here we are.
Yeah, but I got the nod at like 6:30, and I didn't see it till 7. So this is good for me. This is a good turnaround because normally I'm like a good half an hour to an hour late for everything.
Yeah, but now it's nearly 9.
Yeah, that's all right. I've turned up and I'm dressed like I'm wearing matching car stuff. So what more can you want from me?
It's half the battle, isn't it?
It really is. I've come dressed, and we should all be happy about
Yeah, drinking a beer. What you got there?
that. We've got Cruise Campo tonight. Yeah, thought we'd have a day off the meds, so I can have a couple of beers.
I'm all out of beer. It's all dry here.
That's a bad place to be. That's like worse than man like Noah in his ark.
Friday night.
I'm about beer.
Friday night, and it's dry out there. Dry, wow. Real dry.
Moving up the Sahara on a Friday. It's awful news.
It's not great. It's not great. There's only so much you can do, though, isn't it? There's only so much you can do. So
there really is only so much you can do ultimately. But yeah, how you been then? What's been happening? Because obviously it has been a hot minute since I've been on one of these.
Trying to sort my new setup out, isn't it? My new camera and the room, and you can't see this very well because of the aperture of the new camera is so low. But that blurred thing in the background is the gift that you got me. You can probably tell what it is. It's probably difficult for everybody else to tell at the minute.
Yeah, you'd have to like edit it in or something. But obviously it was designed by my little sister. I think she's 14, I think. Insta and TikTok and all that, like at Scully Sketchy. Wants to go and check her other work because bit of a magician on the artwork front. But yeah, a little like kind of first milli likes, 5 milli views / Christmas present, all kind of rolled into one nice little package.
Yeah, well, I think we're on 9 million views now on 2 videos.
So he's on 10 million for all the videos then. There's a few that are on 100K.
Yeah, there's a few that are on 100, there's a few that are on, there's a couple on 200, and then there's a few 50s and whatever else in there. So it's doing alright. It's, you know, short form content wise, it's doing alright.
Yeah.
Trying to improve the podcast side of it and this kind of stuff. And like when this setup is banging, I might do some more YouTube content as well to go with it. But so far, so good.
That's what I like to see. I mean, you moved it from the camera quality because you were looking like, that American streamer Sketch. And he has that awful camera and the headphones. And he's like, "Hello, brothers! Tuesday!
This camera is decent now. The other one I had, so I had a Canon M50, which I just traded in for. This is an old camera, by the way. This is a Sony A6000 now. So it's what? I think it's like 2014 these were made. So they're like, you know what I mean?
10 years old then.
Yeah, 11-year-old camera. It's just works better for my streaming and stuff. the picture quality obviously is highly dependent on the lenses a bit as well. So it's got a better lens with it, and it just doesn't have the lag. So the other one had a real bad lag between the audio. Even though I was running it through my Rode streamer, it was still lagging massively with this one. I've already tested it out prior to this. No lag.
Yeah, I mean, we had technically filmed this episode the once, but it didn't quite work out with the old editing and the voice being out, and we had a few technical hitches that day and all of camera dying and whatnot, didn't we? So we are redoing it.
But ultimately, I could have edited that episode, but it would take so long because your audio was synced with your voice. My audio was well out, so it wouldn't be a case of just syncing your audio. I'd have to sync the entire thing, and then manually clip it all, and it just takes so long. It wasn't worth doing, so I bit the bullet and bought a new camera.
Yeah, it's not worth the battle when it's all gone wrong. It's just it ain't worth it, is it?
Well, I traded the other camera in for this one, and so this camera's only cost me £60. So it's not bad, really.
I like it. Where'd that come from in the end? Just online, or?
Yeah, MPB, I think it's called.
Okay, I like that.
So it's second hand, but it does the job.
Yeah, and obviously is this the camera you're going to use long term when it goes to filming in like the studio setup that you've got set up behind you now?
I'm undecided. I might end up in. It depends how much filming I do and stuff. But I may get 3 of these. I may end up doing. Well, there's the 7000 series, which is the newer series. I might get a couple of those, or I might even go for a full frame camera, which is much more expensive. But we'll see. I'll play by ear.
I like this one though.
Yeah, it's a good starting point for me. I like the lens and the aperture. The low aperture helps massively, especially when you've got a small room. So it really helps with the depth. So
yeah, I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a good quality camera, and it hides the little crow's feet a little bit. Like you're not looking too shabby. Could be worse.
You what?
You fucking what? Yeah, you have me.
Wow. Oh, that was a good episode. Let's end it there then, shall we?
Yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice being back.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, it's been
peace
lovely.
and love. Share with a friend. If you don't know, get to know. Yeah, no. Nah, I'm just kidding. But no, it is a good quality camera though. Like you say, the aperture is much better. Like the one that you ran last time wasn't quite as good, and had that annoying camera thing in the corner and all.
That was the Canon M50, which I was going to get a new lens for because I was running the kit lens on it. Which the kit lens, even on the kit lens on this, wouldn't be very good. Wouldn't be this good because they got like a high aperture on it, so it doesn't blur the background as much. It doesn't make you stand out of the background. So then you don't. Just the whole shot's just not as good. But with the massive delay on it, it wasn't worth buying the lens when I might as well just get a new camera. So,
no fair. I mean, I'm running this off my iPhone, so we're here relying on the iPhone quality today and for beats for sound. So not quite the high end, high production setup you got on your side, but I'm here. I'm in relatively good shots, I guess. I'm not looking too ugly. The lighting's still horrendous. I'm in my front room, but we move. This is why I'm not the main man, because your boy doesn't have a good setup.
I mean, I didn't have a good setup to start with. So I'd gradually done this, haven't I? I started with my laptop that, I think it was a $20 toner mic. And that was it. I didn't have a light or nothing. It was just hope for the best.
Yeah. I mean, we're lucky I've not bought that clip-on mic today from TikTok Shop, because that's literally all I'm running. But
they're not great.
No, they did a job for getting the job started. But I mean, I'm not organised enough to have a setup, and definitely not financially savvy enough to be paying for a setup. So I've gone for the phone, and that's what the people are going to have to deal with quality-wise, unfortunately.
Yeah, the quality of the audio with this mic is incredible. I'm quite surprised actually the difference in it because the last upgrade I made for them, F-Deuce mics, they were decent mics, so they're cheap, but the best cheap ones I found. Whereas this was SM7 DB mic, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's wicked to be fair. The bass on it's much better, and it's going to look good when we do some content in the future based around some sound stuff. It's going to make it sound like just that
Yeah.
little bit of higher quality, I think, than what we've been having before. I think it's important as well to have that sound quality.
Yeah, it's crisp, and I didn't think it would be that much better. I knew it'd be a little bit better, but I didn't think it'd be this much better. It's like night and day.
Oh, it's wildly better. It's like even like hearing it, it's just like it feels more like surrounding and like I've got beats on which helps, but like it's like when we did the podcast in the studio when you had Jordan in from the UFC, he like the sound on that compared to your other ones, obviously one's in the studio, one's online, so it's obviously pinch of salt, but the sound quality then was just so crisp and clear and like you could hear what the words actually were and you could like listen to the different like kind of you could hear the sounds, if that makes sense.
You
Better
can
than you can.
hear the noises.
You can hear the noises. Yeah, it was just a better quality, wasn't it? Like, and obviously it's going to be because you're in a studio with sick stuff, but this is mint.
Yeah, it's the quality of the equipment, really. And this setup I got now is so much better than what I started with. So there's still improvements to be made, and I've not like treated the room acoustically or nothing like that. So like there's still improvements that can be made, but at the minute this is so much better than where I was, and that's all I can do is keep moving in the right direction.
No, definitely. I mean, ultimately, it's brick by brick, isn't it? Like, we're 90 days into posting of the shorts content now, probably, give or take. Like,
Yeah,
not even that, are we? It's not even,
probably
not
not.
even 2 months,
Probably
are
not
we?
that far.
45, 50 days. I completely overshot that at first. So yeah, we're like a month and a half into our content, 3 or 4 months deep into like the consistent, decent level quality podcast. What are we now? Episode 67, 68?
I think I recorded 68 today. So this
episode
one,
69.
Yeah, if you want, you can be episode 69.
Let's go.
That's
Mum, I've made it.
quite
Let me call my
fitting.
phone. I'll call her. I'm on the phone, but I'll just call her afterwards. But Mum, I made 69 today, mate. Get out the red carpet. I've made it. Tell the baby's a piece of shit. All that sort of stuff.
Who else for episode 69, eh?
It does make sense,
It just works, doesn't it?
The people love to see it, so 69 makes sense.
Yeah, go for it. Why not? Yeah. Wild. But yeah, it's no, the short form content come on alright. And ultimately we're still learning with it, so there's still a lot to be done. We tried to tap into Uncle Paul, didn't we? But he's having none of it.
Yeah, I think we've tried it, and like, with a bit of luck and maybe some following wind, we might get him unplugging us doing a podcast. Who knows? We might say some unspeakable shit, which is likely of me, and he'll just unplug us, and then hopefully we can have a bit of back and forth. But at the moment, he ain't playing games.
No,
that's
he's
boring,
not interested. He's not interested in this one.
I think we've got one more throw at the dice to put it in. I think we can pull it off.
We've got two technically because we already got that other one that we've recorded that we haven't released yet.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've got a few. We've got a couple, haven't we?
So I think do that one more, and then that's 3 bites of the cherry, and then we'll lay our hat down for now, and we'll look at that again in the future.
Yeah, I think he'll come back. I think at some point he will. Like, obviously, people are tagging him this time, and he's not picked it up. But the more we stay in and around the area he's in, the more people are going to want to see it. So
yeah,
we'll see.
We'll see what happens. We can only do what we can do, and I think the problem is he pumps out so much content. Relatively, we are slow in comparison, aren't we, to react and to produce that content? So,
I mean, it's his day job ultimately, and it's our monthly kind
One-off.
of filming day hobby.
Yeah.
Dare I say hobby, because that makes it sound like it's like, it's just something little that we do. Like, it's come on massively since it was, since I was last on here. You've come on, you as a content creator come on massively, and I'm kind of just here making some funny jokes and faces, but it's come on a lot.
Yeah, it takes practice, and like I'm getting used to the scripting, and like we're getting used to delivery, and understanding the shot, understanding what it's going to look like, and what we're trying to achieve by doing it as well. Because it's all very well just producing content, but you kind of need to have a goal in mind and work towards it, don't you? So
yeah, I mean, we've had some not robotic videos, but I think first few videos we're looking a little bit GCSE A-level dramery, as I've been told. But I think we're getting better now. I mean, the unplugs are easy because, like, how hard can unplugging something be and walking off? Like, then we've got nailed. Like, this is attitude.
And also, generally, we do feel that way about the ones that we're unplugging as well, because they are like ridiculous, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Them clips.
Yeah, it's easy. Like that is my
Yeah.
natural attitude.
Yeah, I feel
You know,
that.
people are going, look at bro's face to both of us, and we're like, yep. It'd be our faces, man.
Yeah, I feel that. So they are relatively easy. The creative stuff's harder. The scripted stuff is harder to get it natural and to flow, but it just takes practice, doesn't it? And ultimately, we just need to do more of it to get to the point where it's crisp and it looks and feels natural. I still don't think it's there. It's a lot better. I think every time it's got a lot better, but it's still not there where I want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take time, innit? I mean, like the filming sessions have all had something where we kind of started a little bit late, or like there's a week obviously my car was having a nightmare, and obviously last week I was kind of like I'd taken my meds, and come off night, so I was like, you know, I was not quite in my best frame, and like just before we started filming, I was like, oh shit, I'm going to do this, and ran off. So like it's a little bit like herding cats last time, but I think it's making like that jump every time. I think that content we filmed last time is definitely our best batch yet. Obviously, that's still to be edited and come out.
Yeah, and as long as that's the case and it keeps improving, it keeps getting better and better, then hopefully, I think we did a lot more scripted content last time, didn't we? And less, because I like the B-roll stuff, them little clips. They're fine, but I don't think they bring a massive amount. So that's why I try to do more unplugs, more scripted stuff.
Yeah, I think the scripted stuff is going to start picking up a notch as well now, isn't it? I mean, like we introduced some costumes, and you know, that's going to hopefully potentially get some weight behind it. We'll see, and then obviously those might get those might run away, and we'll potentially get silly with them and see what comes. But
yeah, costumes. I'm all for costumes and stuff. There's a lot of talk about we'll do stuff elsewhere now as well, out and about, rather than just in the one setting. So that might give us a bit more flexibility with things that we can do. So, you know, we'll see. It takes time, and plus, I am looking at potentially doubling the amount of recording we do. Just got to see if I can make that fit with everything else.
yeah, you've got to fit around life in it, and ultimately, like, there's an expense to it. So
yeah, got the expense and the creativity as well, because then it means you've got to come up with 2 shoots every month as well. So then that puts that pressure on that creativity where, I don't want to produce shit just for the sake of producing shit.
No, yeah. I mean, it'd be good to look at some point. Look at the the short form content, like comments we're getting as well, because I think the comments create some content themselves. I think there's been, especially in the 2 viral videos we had, there some of the comments in there obviously had me like genuinely on the floor. Like some of the comments that like people are funnier than we are, because they come in with the comments and they're just so loose, and it'll get less now that TikTok's getting banned in America.
What's happening
just
with
wild. I don't actually know. I was hearing about this 52-day increase on it, like postponement. I don't really know. It's a weird one, isn't it?
I'm gonna try and find out. I'm gonna Google it, because I'm sure Trump said he was gonna save it. So if he says he's gonna save it, I'm sure he'll overturn it or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know why it was going. Like, I don't understand what happened. Like, I mean, I'm not too G'd up with American politics because it's too confusing, and even more so than ours. But yeah, I don't really know why it was getting banned, and I just knew that it was, and there was a lot of TikTok creators have been like hammering the videos from America this week, where on about TikTok dying and shit, becoming like Vine and going to the graveyard along with Musically and all that lot. But like people have been like yeeting the content. I assumed it was happening, but it's like any trend, isn't it? Jump on it, but I still don't really get why it's going. It's a harmless app most of the time.
I understand why. It's because they share all their information with the Chinese government, so they basically data farming, aren't they? All of the US people that use it, so that's why they want it banned. They didn't want it banned originally. They wanted them to sell the American part of the company to an American business.
Right.
And then that would be run by Americans, so that would stop the data sharing, if you know what I mean. And then the Chinese company ByteDance would own the rest of the world still.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of effort if there's people want to pump out videos and like videos and watch videos.
It was, but it was just to control the data, because they tried to put like a stop on it so they couldn't like share the data.
Yeah.
But it's law in China that they have to share the data with them, so they couldn't stop it.
All very confusing. They can't all just be friends and just use social media. that'd be the best thing for it, wouldn't it? Ultimately, just let people use their social media, man. Like, it's brain rot, but it's our brain rot.
Yeah, it'll be a shame if it goes for us because we're getting some actual traction on there. But again, you can look at it in both ways as well. If they do lose, I think it's like 170 million users. It's a lot. But if they do lose 170 million users, then there'll be less competition, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll change the creative fund as well. Like, in the end, like, you know, I don't know. I'm assuming Uncle Paul's English based, but like, I imagine like they have to change the creative fund again, because obviously it used to be all videos, and now it's obviously gone on to a minute. Like, will they change it back to something else so they've not got the viewer base? I don't really know how it's going to pay out, really. Like, or like kind of go from here.
I mean, I don't think they'll change much. I mean, they're having really good success, aren't they? And this is nothing to do with like how they deliver stuff, really, or run the platform, is it, as such?
Mm.
So I think they'll just keep going the way they're going.
It's a lot of users to lose, though, isn't it? 170 million odd. It's going to probably be more than that, realistically.
Yeah, a lot of money through the TikTok shop as well. That'll be, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, I just can't, like, you know, it's one of them things where you always go, oh, they're going to do it, and they don't. It's a scare tactic. You almost can't imagine it, but it's a little bit like, you know, dare I kind of liken it to things like COVID lockdown. Like, they always say, oh, it won't happen. I mean, it does, people like, shit, that actually happened. And, you know, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but ultimately, it doesn't affect us in Europe because, you know, we still don't have access.
Yeah, we'll be okay for the short term at least, but the problem is if America do it, whether or not other countries then look at it and start to follow.
Yeah,
That, you know,
obviously, we won't follow the EU at least now. This is one positive of Brexit.
but we would though if America had gone and EU went, we'd be out.
Oh, yeah,
We
we
wouldn't
would,
just
obviously.
stay in, and you know,
No.
I think America would be the first domino. If they do go, they won't be the only one.
No, and there'll be another app after that, wouldn't there? You know, there was Vine, then there was a bit of a gap, and there was Musical.ly, which was a bit shit, and then obviously become TikTok. But, you know, where would it go? Will it be another app? Like, you know, it'd be a good chance for another app to, you know, there's one out there like Blue Sky, you know, like alternative X now. Is there an alternative coming through? I don't know. I've not really kept up with the culture, really.
Yeah, I mean, do people really use Blue Sky though?
I think Blue Sky, and obviously you also have one that Instagram uses, Threads. I think they are picking up
Threads.
slowly. Like, I think they're slowly, but ultimately Instagram and Twitter, obviously X, they are the go-to. Like, they are the best ones.
Mm,
Like, when people just, like, you know, migrate over to YouTube, and then Shorts will pick up again. I don't know. It's hard to say, really, isn't it? I think
yeah.
I still don't think it'll go. I still don't think they'll bin it off for good.
No, it suits us if it doesn't, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, all that content that, like, to be fair, we're not getting the same kind of traction on Instagram or whatever else. I got my own thoughts on why that is, but it's getting really good traction on TikTok. Zero interest on Shorts. Well, I say zero, but you know, like relative.
Yeah.
Nothing's popping on Shorts, nothing on Instagram or Facebook, and it's just all on there.
Yeah, I mean TikTok's got such a large viewer base, and more people spend more time on that. And like, I think our viewer base is largely like especially for the shorts and the skits and stuff. I think is largely TikTok kind of audience. If that makes sense. Whereas Instagram, I think it's a bit of an older viewer base, and they kind of have their For You pages are much more specific than TikTok, where it's far more broad.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
Just time will tell. It takes work and effort, but we'll crack the code at some point. It's just going to take a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we've had a couple of videos that have popped off. More will pop off, more won't. You know, it'll happen when it like let's see what comes. Like, you know, we're trying. But like I said, we're trying to do content, aren't we? New forms, new styles, new ideas.
Yeah, all the things I think is going to go doesn't go, and then all the things I
Yeah,
don't pay much attention to just tends to go. So it's weird. But
yeah, it's strange, you know. Like, I don't know. Like, obviously now I've got the access to what's it called, the playlist that helps. And obviously I spoke to the TikTok help people thingy, and they're about making the, you know, like the collab feature on Instagram. They said it's not out for all users yet, but they're kind of pushing it out in the next few months to most people, most users. So then, like, obviously they've gone both our For You pages, and if we've got different followers and different kind of ranges, then it will again, you know, spread out further and further.
Yeah, man. We'll see, innit? We'll see. Ultimately, it's about figuring out really what works and doing more of it, isn't it? So we'll just have to keep working towards trying to, because to be fair, out of all the videos we got, like even the unplugs, right, there's 7 in that series now. Only 2 of them have popped off, like really gone.
Yeah.
The others have done all right. Like a lot of them have got like 200 or 100,000 views, so they've done all right. But comparatively, they've not gone. You know what I mean? They've not gone big time.
Yeah, I think that leads nicely into a conversation we had obviously last time, is like how differently we're now going to view every single video. Because I remember, like, you know, we spoke about it off camera before so many times with friends and family and stuff. But like that first video when it was on like 10K, like we completely lost our shit. Like you called me, like I think you were driving home, and you, like, I think one of us were driving, and the other one was at home, and you were like, "Have you seen the video?" And I was like, "Nah, I've not even looked, mate. Like, if you know, whatever." And it was like 10K. I was like, "Fuck off." We looked, and it was like 10, 12, 13K. And I was like, "This is mad." And then I woke up, and Jess was like, "You're on 100K." And I was like, "We're not, you're chatting shit." Looked at it, it was like 120. And then by the end of that morning, it was like 1.5 million, and my head nearly fell off my shoulders.
Yeah, it was buzzing. It just went off. Like my phone was just like lighting up. I just didn't know what to do with it. I was just constantly getting notifications. I was like,
so
I don't know what to do with this. Yeah.
I was getting like 5,000-6,000 views on my page. Like people not following, but people were clicking. Like that many people. Like just it's mental to think. Like obviously now that video's on what, 5 million. So like that's like
I'm gonna just check in now, but yes,
and obviously Wembley's 90K.
It's 5 point something.
Wembley's 90K. So what's that like? It's like 55 if it's like on a 5-minute bit. It's like 55, 60 Wembleys.
5.6 million now.
I'm pretty sure my maths is mathing right. It's like 60 Wembleys, that, which is just. What do you think about the actual sheer size of Wembley Stadium? I'm sure that maths. I'm sure it does. But
it's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it's mental. Like, if you think of the sheer size of Wembley, if you were stood in the middle and all them people looking at you, you'd be like, fuck. But then if you had 60 Wembleys looking at you, you'd be like, oh, this is scary hours. Because like a lot of big creators don't like get 5 million like ever, let alone get 2 videos that get like over 2 million views that we have. That's considering we're not massive, we are tiny, and 10K was big for us at the time.
Yeah, well, the other one's on 3.4 now. Yeah.
9 million views between one video, between 2 videos is genuinely fucking terrifying. I was talking to my therapist about it, and she was like, she's like, "Do you understand how many people that actually is? Do you understand?" Like, she's like, "What's that done for your headspace?" I was like, genuinely, the confidence is good. Like, you know, it's cool because you get the comments and you get a few shitty comments, but most of them are generally good, and they're enjoying the content we're making, and we enjoy the content we're making, so that's important. That, like, you know, it's reciprocated. 9 million people is just fucking mental, mate.
To be fair, I don't take it in, like the comments and that. I don't take nothing positive, nothing negative to heart. I read them all, but I just don't take them in. I just leave it. I don't see the point in like dwelling on any of it because you can get caught up in that shit.
Yeah. I think I'm far more susceptible to it. I think it's more of a generational thing. Like the comments are where like every video I watch, I go to the comments and have a look at what's going on, because the comments are, like I said earlier, are often funnier than the videos themselves. Because people are just jokes. People are savage as well. But obviously, like you say, you see the occasional comment, you're like, oof, that hurt my feelings a little bit when people are saying shit. But only people are going to say shit. You know what I mean? That's like.
Of course they are, and that's why I just give them I don't pay no attention to it. Like you can say what they want on there. Honestly, it's just water off my back. I don't pay any attention to it. And the same with the positive stuff, though. I'm not like dwelling on it, thinking, "Oh, I'm great," because that's not helpful either.
No,
I just acknowledge that they're there and move on.
Yeah, it's like you're the ideas guy, and I'm like the like the apprentice and shit, when they do like a consumer testing bit, and they're like, "What do you think of our product?" They're like, "It's shit," or "It's really good," and they're like, "Oh, 5 out of 10 people said they didn't hate it." It's like when I come back to the sessions, I'm like, "Well, this did alright. People didn't hate it."
No. Yeah, I don't worry about that stuff. I don't worry about it, and I think if you do worry about it, it becomes a dangerous game because it can really rock your world a bit. So I don't pay any attention to it. I just move on. I'm just trying to progress, make good content, and make stuff that's gonna keep getting that kind of level of exposure, and then hopefully from that we'll get that same kind of level of exposure to like the podcast and other areas, and be able to kind of develop and move on from there.
Yeah, I mean, we've got ideas, haven't we? Like, there's like ideas of like kind of mini casts, I guess, to do, and kind of other like you said earlier, two shoots a month, 2 shoots a month. So like,
Yeah.
we've got to see, we enjoy doing it. I think that's the main thing. Like, most of your episodes on the podcast and stuff are like quite informative, quite discussionable, conversational. That's sort of like, it's interesting. Like you're delving into their life. These are more chatty and just chill, aren't they?
Yeah, I just have conversations with people, to be fair. Like, I literally, I prep for every show. I do some research on them, and I have my questions and whatever else prepped, but I very rarely, like, I can't remember last time I've used it. Because generally I'll just talk to them and see where the conversation goes.
Yeah. I mean, our episodes are always different, aren't they? Like, they're far more chill. I can't imagine you've done much prep to speak to me. Because obviously,
zero prep for this one.
Like, I literally messaged you earlier going, like, you free later? You're like, maybe.
Yeah.
No, we're here, you know what I mean? But, I mean, maybe one day I'll come on as a guest and I'll talk about something interesting, but at the moment I'm not that interested.
Well, it doesn't have to be about anything. So, when I talk to people on it, I have all different people on it, don't I? So I have like lots of people from lots of different backgrounds and like talking about stuff. And a lot of people want to push products and sell stuff. Essentially, is why they come on, and I allow them to kind of advertise themselves right at the end. But generally, I want to keep it conversational. I'm just interested in people and what they're up to and their backgrounds and what they do and that kind of thing. And I think that's better for me. That suits me more. I enjoy it, and I hope like other people enjoy that more as well than like being all salesy and like I'm not into that. It's like
all that preachy shit.
Yeah, or people like telling you how to live or whatever else, or how to like, oh, this is how you get rich or something like that. I'm not into that, man. Come on, like that nonsense.
Yeah, we don't want to get unplugged out here.
Yeah, I've had a couple of guests on who I thought, oh, you're full of shit. I have. I've not enjoyed. No. But like genuinely, ones who are like, I'm like, you're full of shit, and like all their content is just full of shit, and I'm just like, why? Just be yourself. Like it's fine. You don't have to pretend that you've achieved all this stuff when we can tell you haven't. It's pretty obvious. Like just say this is what I want to achieve. This is what I'm trying to do. Like that's fine.
Yeah,
like you still have interesting things to say and like interesting background or interesting like way of thinking, and like you don't have to pretend you're something you're not.
No, I mean, it's always funny because you're saying that sort of thing. I just caught myself in the camera in the corner doing the we always talk about the graph crooks thing when I just caught myself nodding in the corner of him, and I was like, oh god, I'm doing it without even realising now. Like, and people aren't going to understand because we do it on some of the videos and it's stuff we're planning for the future. But I just caught myself going like this in the corner going, and I was like, oh, I couldn't get my own head. I could just see it in the corner of the screen going, zero do. But yeah, I mean, fuck people like that, man. They're just obviously like you're gonna have your favourite people. I was working on such shortly, so I wasn't just yet. But like you're gonna have people that you think.
Yeah, and ultimately, it doesn't like. I don't like to diss people. I'm not dissing people, but I just don't think it's the way to go. I think the way to go is just being open and honest, and just like you don't have to share everything. Obviously, everybody has their own kind of personal stuff or whatever else that they want to keep to themselves. But like, just be a bit more transparent about it. Like, you don't have to pretend you've achieved stuff or that you're like this rich person or like you make people rich. Like when you don't. Like this.
If I'm running for achievements,
what's the point?
If I'm running for achievements, I'm probably looking at like my under sevens county cup final.
Yeah,
I mean that was pretty lit. Like I got put to the back of the line for our medals because like I kind of like just joined the team and no one really knew me. And because I was at the back of the line, I got to lift the trophy, which is just fucking jokes. Because people were like, "Yeah, back of the line, you," and I was like, "Oh, back of the line." And I got to lift the trophy, and I was like, "Yeah, that's what's up." And that's about it really for achievements. So, and I'm still here. That's key.
I've got some achievements, nothing like world breaking or nothing, but like I don't like to parade them about either. You know what I mean? No. I'm not about that. I'm about like I put myself down before I celebrate like stuff and be like, I did this. Like, not interested.
We are poor for that shit. We are really bad for it, but
yeah, maybe we should be better at like being a bit more positive, but I think part of it is your UK culture as well. We're all quite pessimistic, aren't we? And like stay in your lane kind of people. You know what I mean? We're not Americans, are we? We're not shouting out, "Woo, let's do this. We got this." Like it's not. Yeah, it's not my vibe. Like writing down like affirmations and stuff and being like manifesting joy.
Kind of hearing manifestation and affirmations in the same sentence, and I fucking feel a bit ill. And it's not a skit.
Strong, isn't it? Strong.
It's fucking grim.
But ultimately, it's wherever works for people, I suppose. But like, we're not about that, and I'm just about having a bit of fun with it. I like to be silly and stupid and like not take myself or life too seriously, and I think that's part of what we're doing with the skits and that, right? So it's like not taking life too seriously, and even on the podcast, like I have serious conversations with most people because that's who they are and what they want, and that's fine. But generally, it's about general life and stuff. I don't take it too seriously. I'm not like, digging into the weeds of let's make people rich and like let's niche down and all that. Like, I'm not about that.
I mean, it kind of leads on to what I was saying. Like, have you got a favourite guest, someone that you thought, you know what, they were fucking class then?
Are you fishing?
No, not fishing.
Are you fishing? Is that what this is about?
As I said, we're not here doing like the real talk. We're just here fucking chatting about shit. Like last time we said we go to our Premier League at best Journeyman 11, and then like whatever it was a Barclays member. Now that was like in September. So I'm too infrequent to be that guy. I was in the top 10 for a while, but
Yeah. You've done, what's this? Is this the third one you've done? Fourth one?
I think
this is fourth. I think you've done fifth if you include the one we've not released. Well, six actually, because the number one that we never released.
The first one we never released. One day we need to release that. Maybe that can be episode 100. One in the kitchen.
No, I think if we release that would have to be released in clips. So we do a podcast like this, and then we show bits of it.
Yeah, and that's a shout. Or maybe like Room 101. It could be episode 101.
Yeah.
So it's the episode that goes out that just fucking gets cut.
Yeah, because
it goes 101. It stays in 101.
Yeah, man. But yeah, we've tried, but we've got things to come. We'll keep improving and keep doing shit.
I reckon in your kitchen where the TV is, we do like a Monday night football presentation. Like we're
have that.
both in suits, and we watch the back and we go, stop that there, stop it there, and just analyse what's going on here.
Yeah, it was poor, wasn't it? With us both facing the opposite ways.
Facing away, the dogs come in and. Fucking, did someone come to the door as well? Like a parcel came or something?
It might have, yeah, it was carnage, wasn't it?
And then I ran out of football. At one point the camera stopped working, like my internet died.
my battery died, didn't it, on my phone? Because we recorded it on the phone.
Yeah, we had just lights in the fucking corner. Oh mate, it was shit, but it was class.
Yeah.
But we made some good shouts on that. Like we made some good shouts about the football and stuff. Like you called like someone beating someone, and I was like, nah, no chance, man. And it happened, and we were like,
it's all over it. It's all over it.
Yeah, maybe we should watch it back as like a Monday Night Football, but as a podcast, but like a live one. This is not it.
Yeah, but it was a start, wasn't it? And then we've done some since, and then this is and each one's got better. So I think we did one like probably 2 days after I got out of hospital, after I had the appendix, and
Man was dying.
I was rough. Like I struggled to sit through that episode. To be honest, at one point I was just like, I think I was just staring at the screen and not like my brain wasn't even functioning. I think you were just talking, and I was just like, I don't know.
There's some clips like obviously on my Instagram and stuff where like I'm talking, you can tell you're just fucking not enjoying it. Like you're literally like holding yourself together to say like,
yeah, that was a mess. Yeah. I was a mess. I wasn't ready.
I'm just hammering you as well. I'm like, yeah, fuck this guy, pussy. You need your appendix out of your age, and you're like, yeah, bro, I'm still just at hospital. I'm struggling. I was like, this guy.
Yeah. I'd been in bed for 2 days. I was like the first time I got out of bed, and I was like sat on this like shitty fucking desk chair. I could barely sit up straight.
And I was just hammering you as well. What an asshole.
It was good though. The vibe.
It's the good memes, isn't it? It's the sort of shit we laugh about now. Like, look back on, fond memories.
Yeah.
No one died.
It was good. But what can you do? Yeah, I don't know. Favorite guest is a difficult one. I've had like some people I've like vibed with, and I really good conversations, had a laugh with.
Mm.
Like, I don't know if you watched the one with Ben Albert, his name is. But
I'm not sure.
He's got his own podcast, and he's just like he's just chill, man. We just had a laugh. We just had like some silly conversations. We had some serious things that we talked about, and we had a bit of fun. And it was just like, yeah, it was just right up my street.
That's sort of shit you need though. Like you had I think it was an American guy. The guy, he was like bald head, beard, fucking vest top, fucking like palm tree in the background.
Jim Laird, yeah, he's
the vibiest guy I've ever seen in my life.
He's like, he was in the middle of a thunderstorm out there or something when we were filming that. But like it was a while. I can't remember where he. I think it might be Nicaragua where he lives.
Yeah, it was just so wham, and he had like the little iPhone headphones. Just fucking sent me. I was like, bro's not got anything. He's just got a phone and some fucking iPhone 8 headphones.
He was a good guy, man. I liked him. To be fair, when he filmed that, he was on. So like, I'm sure it's Nicaragua where he lives. And because of like how the visa works, right? He has to leave there for like so many weeks a year. So he'd gone somewhere else, maybe Belize or somewhere. And he was staying in a hotel in Belize for a couple of weeks just to kind of reset his visa before he went back to Nicaragua. But like, yeah, so he's just filming by the pool in Belize, just like wild.
It's just iconic. I think it's an iconic episode. Like, and I'm so bad with names. Like, I really should remember people's names. But that was an iconic episode for me. Like, looking back at that one, I'm just like, what a fucking bloke. Like, it's just everything made me laugh about it. Like, it's just the best stop, and the little tiny mic, and he was massive, and Storm in the background.
He's a lad, mate. He's a lad.
Class episode, that one.
Yeah.
Big fan of it.
That was one of the early ones as well. I've had quite a few good ones that I've like really enjoyed, or some people that have just been sound. The problem with the virtual is you just never know what you're going to get a lot of the time. As in, like, you don't know what kit they're going to have, what kind of setup they're going to have, what kind of microphone they're going to have, what lighting they're going to have. You know, it could look like absolute crap. I've done ones where people who literally just sat on their phone, and it's, you know, it can affect the quality. It can be quite difficult because also, you know, if they're not got a good internet, then there's a lag, which makes conversation real difficult when there's a lag.
Yeah, like, that's not what you want, is it? Like,
no, you're trying to have a free-flowing conversation, but then there's all this lag, and there's like a pause, and then like you think they're not speaking, so then you speak, and then because of the lag, they speak, and then there's like you're speaking over each other, and that happens like 3 or 4 times. Honestly, it can be a real challenge.
Yeah, we've had a few of them, don't we? When like I think the second episode I was on, I had just some like just unworldly lag. I don't know what was going on, but
I've had some internet issues as well. I've upgraded my internet as part of it, so I got like a quicker upload and download speed now. So
yeah, we both like live in like the sticks to our respective towns. So that's the problem. Like the internet's not exactly like booming through a town centre where we live.
No, but the internet's pretty good here now, and it does the job. Like I say, the camera's good now, lighting's getting better, artwork is ideal.
I mean, I still love that. I love it, man. I think it's the best present I've bought for someone for a long time. Like,
yeah, I'm really happy with it.
Ring, but it's class. It's just so good as well. It's just designed fucking banging. I hope you're able to edit it in so people can see it. But it's just sick.
I'll clip it in as part of the edit. I'll put the image in at some point. Probably at the start when we talked about it first. I'll put the image in there. But even with the aperture on and the blur, I quite like it. And it fits the room and the colours and everything else.
It just works, doesn't it? It's so perfectly. It just perfectly fits the room in a frame around the outside. I've nailed it. Like I don't like
Yeah, you can't see it very well in here. But like I say, it's a canvas in the frame, which is like we talked about before, and I love that. I love that because if it was just a canvas, it wouldn't look as good, proper. I don't think.
Yeah.
Whereas being the canvas in the frame, I don't know, it's something. It just pops a bit more. It just adds a bit of.
It's just smarter, isn't it?
Extra to it, yeah. So
it's just smarter, innit? What a sentence! What a fucking sentence! It's just smarter, innit?
More smarter,
more
smarter, more better. Yeah, but yeah, I know. I'm really happy with it. I'm happy with the room in general. So I've mounted a light as well. Yeah, it's still only a cheap light, but like again, I'll upgrade my kit as I go. You know what I mean? I'll get
It's working.
My mic is mounted to the wall now, so now I have the faff of setting that up every time.
Mm.
You won't be able to see it, but behind me I've got my podcast set up. You've seen it, you know, my chairs, my desk, my 2 mics there.
I love that setup. I think like this camera's sick. Like I think like the camera quality and the sound quality is the best it's ever been since I've done an episode.
Yeah,
But I think like I'm excited for when we start doing podcasts and like shorts and like short mini casts in that room, because I think that's just going to add to it so much. I think that's almost like the next step we want to take now.
yeah. I think it would. Yeah, I think it'll look really good.
Yeah, I'm positive. I'm looking forward to
it. The only concern I have with that is the lack of depth behind. Like here, I have a
Mm.
little. It's because it's a small room. I have a little bit of depth behind me here, so I have like a meter or so behind me. So I have, you know, that I can have that blurred effect behind.
Yeah.
When we sat here, I think we'll struggle maybe to have any kind of depth behind. So then that might make the shot look crappy. But it was only one way to find out. The beauty of it is this kit, because we moved it out for our short form content shooting and used it for that, so we could move it anywhere anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, anywhere, anytime,
and that's the whole point of it, is having that setup that's mobile, so I can take it anywhere I want. So we'll just move it.
Yeah, I like it. I think I like that one. I think it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to starting some like. I think the in-person stuff just works better as well. Like I think it just looks cleaner.
I prefer it. You can have better conversations with it. It looks better when you're both in the same setting as well. And like you can use it for short form as well better than like I've put out a lot of content like prior to filming the short form stuff that has been just clips from my podcast, which is okay, but the virtual ones I don't know, they just don't sit right with me. They don't feel the same.
No, it's kind of like watching someone else watching something, if that makes sense. It's just different, isn't it? It's not the same. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is what it is now. You know, it's a means to an end, isn't it, for the start, but eventually it will get that way, and we'll get more in person ones. It'll come.
Yeah. Well, I've got some plans for that. With new setup and stuff. We'll see how we get on, but like it's just try not to take on too much at once as well, because you just dilute everything.
Exactly. Yeah, don't want to jump too high and run before we can walk, sort of thing.
Need to get one thing sorted and right before I move on to the next one, and before I take on any more, because then once like this setup, for instance, once I'm happy with the setup, which I'm pretty happy with it now, it's not far off where I want it to be, then that's it then. And then that's just rinse and repeat. I know what I'm doing every time I come in here. There's no messing about.
Yeah.
And then there's less pressure and effort on doing this side of it. So then I can move on to the next bit. And then take on more and do it that way. But just got to gradually stretch so I don't overwhelm myself, really.
Yeah, no, I think that's it, innit? Like you say, it will come with time. And this is why, like, you're the plans man and I'm the turn up and do some funny shit man, because it's just my forte. Like, my forte is in the funnies and in the faces and in the attitude, I think. That's my forte.
Yeah, well, it's not my forte either. I'm just trying to make it my forte, you know what I mean? Practice.
It's working, though. It's legit, innit?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's just effort in it, but like we'll get there. Just constantly trying to make these little tweaks and edits. A lot of the stuff I've been doing has been kit, improving the kit, but the next thing is going to be improving what I'm doing as well. I'm trying to do that. Yeah. So I'm trying to make what I'm doing better and find a way to make it more consistent. Find a way to sit down a script more as well for short form content, so I can deliver that more. There's loads of things I want to do, but just not enough time to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think obviously when we start doing the in-person stuff more, like we'll be able to like reaction stuff. Obviously, you'll be able to have the phone image in there, like what we're reacting to. We have to watch videos. We have to watch like the stuff we're unplugging to. We have to watch it live. And even like the pop culture stuff, like our podcast, we have to look at it. Audience have to watch it. We'll be able to watch it. It would just better to get like the reactions and the back and forth will be in the room. I think it should be better, because like not everyone is as good on the screen as they are. Like in person, obviously still on the screen, but it's just easy. Conversations flow in. There's more you can do with it. Like there's stuff you can't do online, you can't do in person.
Yeah. The online is very different. It's not bad, but it's just very different. So it just takes it's just a different vibe to it. Whereas I do prefer the in person, the whole feeling to it, and it just feels different.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it's one of them, isn't it?
Yeah, but we'll see. We got big stuff coming. We'll see what happens to the next shoot. So far, with two shoots released, 2 viral videos. So fingers crossed we keep that up.
Yeah, and it's light years ahead of where we thought we were going to be at this point. I think that's the important thing to always remember.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to pop this quick, but it has, and now I expect nothing less. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I'm looking forward to the best, like not the best bits, like the bloopers coming out, because you actually see, like, people can then see how much fun we have with it, because it is like, we don't take ourselves seriously. Like, the videos, we do want them to be good quality, and editing, like JL, the editing just makes our content go from like this to like just fucking this.
Yeah.
Without him, it wouldn't be the same. We wouldn't be pumping out the sort of level of shit we're pumping out, even like ever, not even close. But we do have a laugh of it, and like, Jay's part of the team now, and it is just 3 of us pissing about, and then we get some content that just works, and the rest of it's just us literally fucking about, and people will get to see that, I think, and that'll be the important bit.
Yeah, and I think as well, it is that good. And the editing makes a huge difference. But we do kind of ad hoc a little bit on the day as well, which makes it more fun.
Yeah, and we fuck it up, don't we? We get the lines wrong.
Yeah,
I get the lines. I get the lines wrong.
What I find funny is, the skits we do, like like when we're pretending to be serious, but we're obviously taking the piss.
Yeah.
And the comments that you get where people think it's like serious, that like people are wild, aren't they?
There's one comment on one video where we'd put out 2 or 3 unplugged, and then we put out the one where I'm reacting to you, and you're like, you say some shit, and then I'm just like, what the fuck's this guy on about? And then someone comments going, I don't know about you guys, but this guy is speaking the truth. And I was like, you are just so fucking thick. Like we are the same guys. Like, these aren't, I'm not reacting on my own, on Aaron's thing to him. Like, I don't know what went through there. Obviously nothing went through there, but I don't know what, like, if it was on my channel, it would make a little bit more sense. If it was on your channel with me reacting to you, clearly it was bullshit. Like, we had a cut, it was, it had the face at the end. She can't have watched it all. She can't have done.
No, I find it funny, and like there's another one who's like the podcasting with all the kit. No, somebody's slagging that off and saying, no, it's even this is fake. Even the ADHD guy is the assistant. Of course, it's fake. It's a skit, you lunatic.
The guy, he's like, why have they got 2 mics? That's the whole fucking point, my guy. He's like, oh yeah, got a boom mic and a sound mic. Yes, bro, that is literally what we're doing here. We are taking the piss. Like, honestly, people are, they're just funny, man. Cause, they think they're really smart. They think they're really engaged, and they're going like, this guy's fucking shit. And what they're actually doing is this, giving A, us interaction, and B, them looking like fucking idiots. It's just, honestly, like, it baffles me, because I don't want to be like that, but some shit I see, I'm just like, fuck, you made it this far. You made it as far along in your life to be able to comment on this, and I worry.
Yeah, some of them are wild, mate. Some of them like could take it so seriously, and I'm like, wow, you think this is real?
Yeah,
but like, I mean, that just shows it's working, though, right?
Yeah, it will miss some people. It will, because we haven't all got the same sense of humor. We haven't all got the same, comedy and expectations and shit. But some people it will miss, but the majority it seems to be hitting. And like, even the ones that get out 250 views, like 100k views, like,
yeah, it's finding the right people in it. The right people that the content is designed for. That ultimately we design it for people who are find things funny like we do, have a similar kind of sense of humor, and that's what we're kind of searching for. So, we not done a bad job so far, but we still find the odd one or two that are a bit confused by it, shall we say?
You're gonna catch them strays, aren't you? Like, you're always gonna catch them strays, man. Like, I think, like, they're the comments that people could get, that we could get caught up on, because we think, oh, we're not doing a good job. But they're the ones that make me laugh even more. They're the comments that I won't be able to react to. They're the ones when I get up on the screen and be like, this fucking brat.
Wild, isn't it?
It makes me laugh, man. Like, I've said it quite a few times already, but the comments make me laugh more than videos do, and it's like, especially our ones, because I fucking love the comments. But yeah, it's ace, man. It's the best shit. I love it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Probably gonna have to wrap us up here. I tell you for why. My daughter's not being very well behaved, and she's having a bit of a tantrum out there, so I'm gonna go and sort her out. Yeah,
get the wife going shouting. Let's go get dad version of Aaron.
She's been texting me, I think, saying that what she said. Stand by. This is real life. she's not been very good. So we'll see.
I reckon you should leave it like, you know how like in Stick to Football and the overlap in that, where they like end it, but they just like roll it out, and as you're walking off the screen, all you hear is you go and it's like moving like.
Oh, I'm not going to shout. I'm not going to shout. I won't be shouting. But
You haven't got it in
I'll
you.
just settle it down.
You'd never shout. You haven't got it in you.
I'm not much of a shouter.
Yeah,
you have to go a long way to make me shout.
Yeah, Welsh people don't sound scary shouting either. They're just funny, innit?
Well, I don't know. It depends on the Welsh person. I've seen some scary Welsh people in my time, so.
Oh, I ain't scared.
Yeah.
They'd be much scarier if they had any other accent, like Scottish.
No. See, the Scottish people always sound aggressive, so then that doesn't faze me because I'm like, that's just normal.
Yeah, true. I don't know, like maybe like a French person.
Who knows? But yeah, I better go and take over the reins for a bit, I suppose, and sort out.
Lay down the quiet law.
Yeah.
Joe Biden style.
I mean, I'll probably jinx it for myself now, but she usually behaves for me. I just, so we'll see. See what happens.
Right, bro. Well, it's been nice chatting, and hopefully this one works out better than the last one.
Yeah, this one, hopefully, all in sync, release nice and easy. Episode 69. You made it. That's you peaked.
Yeah, I'm getting
the end of it now. All downhill from here.
Getting a 6-9 on my neck right here.
You should do.
Can't imagine.
Yeah. TNLU 69. Bosh. Done.
I'm not sure.
I'll get it if you get it.
I'm not sure I'll make it to my wedding.
Do it.
Do it now.
Just have it on your eye, under your eye there. It's on your cheeks. Bosh.
Imagine.
I can. I believe in it. I think you'd look good.
Maybe I'll draw it on for next time.
Roger that. Yeah, cheers for taking the time to talk to me, and I shall pop this on, hopefully, episode 69, as long as we don't get any issues.
Looking forward to it.
A bosh. Right. Yeah. Cheers, I am signing off. Peace. Thanks again for being part of this journey. Stay tuned. We've got even more great conversations coming your way.